Meeting the needs of women all across Monmouth County and nationwide. Welcome to Brookdale Newsmakers. I'm Jenny Spencer, and we are talking with the Displaced Homemakers Program Coordinator, Robin Vogel. Welcome, Robin.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. Now, first, can you give us a brief history of how you're involved in the whole program of the Displaced Homemakers?
Well, first of all, there were two women who were displaced homemakers before there was a term for it, and they were kind of shocked because there were no services available to them. And they realized that there were a lot of women in a situation that didn't have services and just fell through the cracks. So they said, let's not agonize, let's organize. And they did get organized, and they went across the country to different states to get legislation passed so that there would be services for displaced homemakers. And then they went to Washington. They got some federal funding for it. And it was passed in New Jersey, a law to help displaced homemakers about 1972, but not with any money attached to it. So in 1982, there was a startup program. There were 6 programs, 1 person each around the state. And when it started, the women who were serving the displaced homemakers realized that it was a very important program and should be continued. So they got together and formed a network, a state network, and from there the network went out and found money through the Displaced Homemakers Program through the Division on Women at the Department of Community Affairs, and that's who the funding's been coming through ever since. And
you've been with the program for many years, so you're very you know a lot about it.
I do.
I know that from speaking with you. So can you give us a definition of what exactly is a displaced homemaker?
Well, basically it's a woman who's been going through a separation or divorce, or becoming a widow, or having a spouse who becomes disabled. So she's losing income and has to go out into the workforce, usually, to make money to live on. Sometimes she has children still to support, and sometimes the children are grown. It's a really wide range, and we also will see people who are still maybe married, but they can tell that the marriage isn't working out, and they're not prepared to go out on their own, so they'll come and start getting some help from us.
That's a great service, and I'm sure many women can take advantage of that. So what type of services do you offer for these women?
Basically, we meet with people individually. It's not a structured program. We hear what the story is, we listen. We determine whether there are services that might be available to them that we can refer them to. We try to be very supportive because it can be a very difficult situation. The transition can be very bleak and scary, and a lot of women I know have a hard time starting to even talk about it. Some women have told us that they've tried to call like for weeks and months even, and hung up when they started dialing and all of that.
So it's a very emotional support you have. You have career training support, computer training support. Tell us a little bit about the workshops that go on.
Well, we do bring in lawyers sometimes to talk about what is going to happen when someone is going through a divorce. And child custody is an issue that a lot of people have to deal with. Sometimes we have workshops dealing with managing money.
Okay.
And also just whatever it is that they need. I mean, sometimes we do assertiveness training. And just trying to, think positively, like stress management kind of things. Whatever, we come up with different workshops at different times.
Okay, so now where are the workshops located? Or where are the services?
Well, we do have services all around the county at the higher education centers of Brookdale. So we're in Freehold, Long Branch, Neptune, and Hazlitt. And some of the things we do are on campus. We do have computer training because a lot of the women don't have computer skills or very little. And it can be very scary even to go into a computer class with people who already know a lot.
Definitely. So they're all for your clients, correct?
Right.
All right.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much.
And we also have a support group. I just want to say that because it's important to have them together.
It is. So for more information on the support group and on the Displaced Homemakers program, you can go online and you could check the phone number also. All right, thank you so much
You're
for
very
being
welcome.
here.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for joining us on Brookdale Newsmakers. I'm Jenny Spencer. Today's guest was the coordinator of the Displaced Homemakers program, Robin Vogel.